Hi, everyone. My name is Danny Hardeman. I'm the past chairman of the Leasing and Property Management Committee here at MetroTex. And our members have had a lot of questions about the new CDC eviction moratorium. So what is this exactly? So as you may be aware, effective September 4th, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, put into place an order that essentially prohibits evictions through the end of 2020. So it's going to run through December 31st of 2020. The purpose of this, in their eyes, is it will further prevent, the further expansion of COVID-19 across the country. So let's talk a little bit about what it is and how it's going to impact you and how it's going to impact your clients. So let me get my little cheat sheet out here first. What this essentially means is this is only going to apply for tenants that have not paid rent. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind. That's your main takeaway from this. This is only for unpaid rent. If there's any other default of the lease, you can move forward with an eviction. This is only going to be for those tenants that you wanted to file against for unpaid rent. Okay, so how does it work? So if you go to the CDC's website, you can find the order there. And I strongly recommend that you read it yourself, you share it with your clients, make sure you understand it. It's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of legalese in it, but your takeaways are going to be this. The tenant, if they come to you with what we're calling the declaration. So let's just say they present this declaration to you and they sign their name to it under penalty of perjury. So that's key. So this could be a potential federal offense if they are indeed lying to you. But if they swear under penalty of perjury that the following items are true, you're pretty much dead in the water. So those items are that the individual has, quote, used their best efforts to obtain all available government assistance for rent or housing. They don't expect to earn more than $99,000 in the 2020 calendar year. If they're filing jointly, they don't expect to earn more than $198,000 in the calendar year. Or if they received a stimulus check, through the CARES Act earlier this year, then this is applicable to them. They are unable to pay the full rent or make a full housing payment due to substantial loss of household income or loss of hours or wages, layoff, etc., and that they are using their best efforts to make timely partial payments that are as close to the full payment amount as their circumstances may permit. And lastly, that an eviction would likely render them homeless. Okay, so there's a lot there, and let's kind of go through it and kind of unpack this together. So basically, if they give you this declaration that states all of those items and they swear to it, you're pretty much dead in the water at that point. You're not going to be able to evict them for non-payment of rent until January 1st of 2021. So that's huge. Okay. A lot of questions we're getting pertain to, can I ask for proof, right? Can I question this? Can I push back? I'd like to preface everything I'm saying now with, I am not an attorney and I'm not giving you legal advice. So I strongly recommend, if you are going to push back, that you do seek legal advice, you do talk to your attorney, you have your clients talk to their attorney to understand the ramifications of, being a little more aggressive and pushing back against this. The reason why is, if you read the order, you're going to see there are some pretty substantial penalties if you are in violation of the order. We're talking six-figure penalties if you, as the landlord or the property manager, violate this order. So make sure that you fully understand that and you're aware of the ramifications of this. So I would also remind you that, if there are multiple tenants, that all tenants have to sign, not just one, they all have to sign. So that's key as well. And another thing that's very important is they can sign this at any time. It doesn't have to be they proactively come to you with it. They could do this at any time. Maybe you send them a notice to vacate and then they give it to you, or maybe you serve your notice to vacate, you file your eviction, and they answer the court with this declaration. Okay, so this can happen anytime. It could happen right in front of the judge. You could get your judgment, and then let's just say you're doing a set out and the constable comes with you to get all their stuff out, hand it to the constable. I mean, you could, anywhere in this life cycle of an eviction, they can give you this declaration. So you need to decide, is this going to be worth it to roll the dice and try to file, knowing full well what is the ramifications of you filing in violation of this order. So that's really important for you to know. What other remedies do you have? Never lose sight of the fact that you can evict for anything other than non-payment of rent. So if they're in violation in any other way, shape, or form, you can file an eviction there. A question that we're getting a lot of is holdover, and what holdover means is, let's just say sometime between now and the end of the year, the clients or the tenant's lease is expiring, right? So, let's just say your client or you, the landlord, has given notice that you're not renewing the lease. You go there on the first day of the next month after that notice, says that they're supposed to move out and they're still there. Okay, so that's considered holdover if the tenant stays past that date. Okay, you can file an eviction for holdover. It's not related to the CDC order. So that's one really important thing as well. I strongly recommend, one other difference between the CDC order and the CARES Act, which just expired in July, that's behind us now, is the fact that under CARES Act, you could not charge late fees. Under the CDC order, all fees, penalties, late charges, any fee that, is part of a default is fully enforceable. So strongly recommend that you continue to enforce what is in that lease, because this rent is not forgiven under this moratorium. The rent is still due. It's just basically saying all rent between now and the end of the year, if they don't pay it, is due January 1st of 2021. So I strongly recommend you continue to enforce your late fee schedule and any other, penalties that are written into your lease. That puts a little bit more teeth behind your position and incentivizes them to attempt to bring themselves current. So that's really key in my mind. But as far as where do we go from here? Who knows? I mean, we might get another one of these somewhere down the road. This might be extended past December 31st. This is just the latest challenge we're facing in leasing and property management. There's bound to be more. There's going to be an onslaught of lawsuits. I'm going to guess based upon this. I know of one already that's in place. But as far as the current state of affairs, these are the rules that we have to play by. So your takeaway is get legal advice, read the CDC order, make sure you fully understand it, and then educate your clients and go from there. So I wish you guys all the best of luck in navigating the CDC order and COVID-19 in general. None of us have ever seen anything like this. I would like to take this opportunity to strongly recommend, for those of you that are not part of the Leasing and Property Management Committee, that you join us for meetings. We share a lot of information. You don't have to be a member of our committee to come to our meetings, ask questions. And the great thing is you have no excuse not to join us now because everything is virtual. So jump onto one of our meetings. We typically meet on the third Thursday of every month. We encourage you to ask questions. You have a wealth of knowledge and experience and resources available to you within that committee. And we're, as the tired cliche goes, we're all in this together. So we're all doing a wonderful job of helping each other and figuring out the best ways to navigate these challenges that we're all facing. So thanks again for watching. Stay with this channel for future updates. We'll do what we can to keep you updated every step of the way. And I wish you and your clients the best of luck. Thank you.